I know y'all loved that first video where I talked about my top 3 favorite Christian rap artists. So I'm back at it again. The part 2, sharing 3 more Christian rap artists. The first one super mainstream, the second one a bit more underground, and the third one super underground. So you don't want to miss this. First off, we have nobigdyl. He has 1.15 million monthly listeners on Spotify, 74,000 subscribers on YouTube, 326,000 on Instagram, and 66.4 thousand on TikTok. You may know him from this song that he did with KB called King Jesus.
I got the ghost, so I don't need a rose, but I might push a phantom that's right off the lot. I know I'm serving the father of time, and that's whether I got on a paddock or not.
But in my opinion, the best song that he's released is called Voss.
Diamonds look like Voss, and they dancing on their hand. That's a Millie Rock. This is really rock. You know this at 2.0. Call me Dilly Tosh.
I really like him because he has really good lyrics. I feel like he is really intelligent lyrically, and it's very well produced. I feel like he has really good producing on his music. And he also has a pretty unique style. He can mix genres a lot, like multiple genres in one song, but also adding his own spin onto those genres. I think that's pretty cool. I also feel like he's done a pretty good job at building a brand of Dilly, which I feel like is pretty cool. So I feel like he's done a pretty good job of building his brand. Nobigdyl is pretty mainstream, but Why Shadey is a little bit more underground, not as well known. At the time of recording, he has 333,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, 145,000 on Instagram, and 355 on TikTok. There's this one song that went really viral on a lot of different places, so you might know him from that. It's called Keep My Faith.
You put faith in humans, I put mine on G-O-D. Just got 5 missed calls on a Sunday, don't you know I'm on D&D.
But in my opinion, one of the best songs he's released is called Back to Back.
I remember back then when I never had faith, I had no heart and I had no way. God told me I can't live the same, no Adam and Eve when I see that snake.
And also, just like nobigdyl, I feel like he has his own unique style. He can make some chill stuff with some tough rap. For example, one song called Pride is the Devil, he does really good on that, having his own kind of style with that.
There's 24 hours in a day, that's 24 reasons I gotta give thanks. As long as I got this breath in my lungs, I say my prayers with God, amen.
Kind of sets him apart from a lot of other Christian rappers. And I don't know about you, but I feel like having a British voice like that is really different. Kind of adds some variety to your playlist. I think that's cool. And unlike other Christian rappers where you would say, yeah, that's kind of an alright message in their music, he has, I feel like, an extraordinarily good message in his music, where you can actually feel the message from the music. And it looks like he's pretty dedicated to staying independent and doing pretty well at it. Somewhat popular, has music videos being shot, and he's never had a record that he's been signed to. He's always been independent, so I feel like that's something going for him. I love it when I see artists that aren't chained to a record label, but show that not having a record label is actually a strength and not a weakness. They're still able to succeed. And finally, Alano Adan, or Alano Adan, or however you pronounce his name, has 260,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and these socials are super underground. 1.9 thousand on YouTube, 21,000 on Instagram, and 13,000 on TikTok, so he's super underground, seemingly. You may know him from Rocky Road Part 2 from Caleb Gordon. He was actually on that song. And also Rocky Road Part 3.
Bright light, flashing. Fresh out the tomb like I'm Lazarus. Hop on the beat, I'm spazzing. Got him in shot like anaphylactic. Ay. They wanna party, I'm crashing. When I pull up my little shawty like that's him. Ay. I need a spirit, not Louis. Stand on the ride, try to move me. Made a new flow, it's a doozy. That shook them up, now they woozy.
But in my opinion, the best song that he's made is called One Up. I really like that one.
And I'm back with a drop for the summer. Wait up on the block, but I'm not no runner. Type guys that the dogs made fun of. Mad cause no matter what they tryna, I'm about to one up.
I feel like he has a really good flow. Like his music flows super well, especially on One Up. I feel like the flow on that is kind of insane. He's kind of a man of the culture as well. He like collaborates with a lot of different artists, like Caleb Gordon and people like that. So I think that's pretty awesome. The beat on his music is really nice, and he's independent, but he isn't as successful as an independent artist, and he doesn't seem super loyal to being independent because in 2013 he had a record deal that he's no longer with. But still, being an independent artist who has 200,000 monthly listeners on Spotify is really cool, showing that you don't have to be chained to a record label to be successful. With all these artists, I'm gonna link their socials, their Spotify, their YouTube, I want to have all that jazz in the description. And I'm gonna leave the link to my newly updated Christian rap playlist on Spotify. I just recently updated it, so it went from like 100 songs now to like 200 and something. Let me look. I went from 100 up to 258, so yeah, pretty good. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. I'm working on getting a playlist on YouTube as well, so check for that. I'm about to end it off. If y'all want a part 3 of this or know any other artists that I should include in that part 3, then don't hesitate to leave them in the comments. I want to know if y'all like this series, hate it, try to just cut it off completely, I don't know. But yeah, don't hesitate to leave comments if you have something to comment about. And with that, happy listening, peace out, and God bless.